Hey, how's it going today? It's another great summer day in Vancouver. Very, very gorgeous out and very, very warm. But we're going to go in because I'm prepping to go to the beach today, and I think that I'm going to share with you what I pack when I take to the beach, because everybody knows there's always a million concession stands and stuff around the beach areas where you can buy everything that's not good for you. Bags of chips, big things of pop. Oh, now they're going to start up the noise, are they? Great. Great big things of pop. Just close the door. Great big things of pop or soda, depending on where you live, what it's called, soda pop. Or, you know, hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, you name it. All the stuff that's really, really bad. And I go to the beach a lot. And when I go, I don't usually go for a couple of hours. I usually make a day of it. So I make sure I take lots and lots of really good food with me so that I don't need to be tempted by the greasy concession stand down the beach. I've just got my stuff with me, and I eat what I bring, and not only does it help save money, but it helps keep your goals intact and your health in check and your calories down. So here we go. I'm going to go into the kitchen and show you what I do, okay? See you in a minute. Alright, so I've already got everything mostly prepped here, but let's just go through what I do pack. So firstly, what I do, the first thing I usually eat when I go to the beach is my post-workout concoction, because usually what I've just done is finish working out, and I just pack up and I go to get into my bikini and I go to the beach. So first thing I do is I put in one of these containers, one of these old yogurt containers, a bunch of frozen raspberries and some organic, non-fat, plain yogurt. And the raspberries are frozen solid, so I just put them in and I pack them in my bag. And then in the plastic baggie, I'll put in what I top the mixture with, which is this is full of pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and sesame seeds, as well as some rice bran that I found at Capers. Finally, I had them bring it in for me, and I got the idea of eating rice bran from our good friend Mike Geary, the guy that wrote Truth About Abs and Fat Burning Kitchen. So, you know, when he started talking about rice bran, I went to Capers and I made them bring it in for me. So it actually makes a really good topping for my my sort of mini ice cream mix here, I call it, because by the time I get to the beach, the raspberries have thawed just enough, and I mix it up with the yogurt in this container that I've pre-packed, and then I add my little mixture, and it's absolutely delicious. It's like ice cream parfait. So that's the first thing I eat because it's a really good post-workout snack. And then as the day goes on, I just pretty much eat what I feel like eating, but the things I've packed are, I pack a hard-boiled egg, bring some protein with me, as well as some Wassa crackers, which are, they're like light rye crackers. This is the brand here that I use. But I usually eat one of these crackers maybe with a hard-boiled egg at some stage. I make sure I bring some fruit, so I've got like today a nectarine and a couple of apricots, and a little bit more protein. I usually bring one of these little mini Baby Bell cheeses. I think they're only 50 calories, and they're sort of a light brand, and they're really tasty, and they're wrapped in wax, so they stay good forever. Stick them in the fridge or stick them in your beach bag or whatever. They travel well. And one of the other things I'll take always is a big bag of veggies, and in this case I've got some baby carrots, some cut up red pepper, some cut up celery, some cut up cauliflower, and some cut up raw broccoli. And I always make sure I've got veggies with me because, you know, you need your greens. Greens are important, and so are vegetables, so I can't just eat all fruit and protein. I have to have some veggies, so I make sure that I have these with me as well. As well as for protein, I'll also take one of these cloverleaf light tunas. Of course, I've got, you know, a fork and a spoon with me to eat all this stuff that's packaged, but flake light tuna, I like the spicy Thai chili flavor. It's pretty low cal, it's good protein, so I'll take that. I also like eating that with the crackers as well, so I usually eat that with a cracker. And as well, I'll usually pack up another old container. This is my cottage cheese container. I'll usually pack up an old container with grapes, green grapes, or with blueberries. With blueberries. Or sometimes with cherries, just grabbing things here, sometimes with cherries, and take a couple of extra containers of berries or grapes or something like that in one of these. So, and that's a lot of food. Also, just in case I wind up staying there really, really long, I'll also take a couple of bars, an Elevate Me bar, which is a protein bar, locally made here in Vancouver, I don't know. I think you can get them elsewhere. I think they export out. They're really, really great. All natural, all organic, really great food. As well, I'll take a rebar, which is a vegetable bar. It's all vegetables, and there's no additives. There's no crap in them. So I'll take those just in case. I don't ordinarily eat a lot of bars, but I'll take those just in case the day gets long, and you know, we wind up at the beach longer than I thought. But I don't always eat everything I just showed you, but because sometimes Dale will want to stay for the sunset or whatever, and I'll stay there longer than I thought I was going to, I still don't want to be tempted by the hamburgers and hot dogs. So I want to make sure I've got more than enough food. And pretty much everything I've just shown you travels well, except for the yogurt mix. That doesn't travel well, but I always eat that first anyway. But everything else travels really, really well. So, you know, if you don't eat it all, I just take it home with me and pack it up for the next day. So what I'll do now is I'll put the whole thing into one of these little Arctic Zone bags and shove the whole thing in the fridge the night before. And then it keeps it cold, and everything stays pretty chilly. The egg, there's no danger with the egg as long as the egg shell's not cracked, and it stays cool. It's fine to eat for hours and hours later. The cheese, like I said, the cheese is wrapped in wax, so it travels very, very well. I've been known to take that home and back to the beach with me 3 or 4 times in a row before I finally eat it. And the tuna, of course, is in a can, so it travels perfectly. The berries and stuff, because they're in a hard plastic container, they don't get bruised up, so that it's easy enough to bring them home and eat them in the evening or whatever instead. And so the final thing that I will take with me, the final 2 things I'll take with me, is to keep myself from going and drinking a bunch of pop, which I don't really like anyway, but if you're tempted by soda pop, what I do is I make up a big cup of green tea, this green tea, not coffee, put it in a Starbucks cup. These things are thermal, so they keep it warm pretty long. So just some green tea, make a green tea, make sure it's hot and boiled when I leave the house, and even 3 or 4 hours later I'll let it steep in the sun, and it can be pretty strong and it's really tasty, but it keeps me from wanting to bother going to drink pop. And then the final thing I'll do is I'll pack up a big thing of water in my Clean Canteen water bottle, and put a bunch of ice in it, and sometimes I even wrap this thing in a towel to keep it cool, because it's not thermal. But just so I can have some nice fresh cold water with me, and again not be tempted by the soda pop at the concession stand. So I'll take that with me as well. And as well, I'd prefer to drink out of stainless steel than I would prefer to drink. I don't like drinking out of plastic if I don't have to. Especially once it's been sitting in the sun, it starts to get that plasticky taste, and you just know you're not consuming good things. So I make sure I got my stainless steel container. So that's pretty much it. That's my sort of my beach food. And it keeps me going all day. It keeps my calories in check, and it keeps me away from that concession stand, which is the biggest goal of the day. So I can enjoy myself and not feel famished and not feel guilty. So that's it, and I hope you guys are having a great day, and maybe we'll see you at the beach. Take care.